Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. On March 22nd, 2017, MTV Music Television announced that one of their reality stars had died at age 33. He actually died Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 2016, in a motorcycle accident, but MTV didn't put out the news in the mainstream until March 22nd, just days ago, which was a big day in the news. The article mentions that he died at age 33 and was the third person to die from the same reality TV show, Catfish, which is about online dating. It's about people dating online that have never met in person. So I'm going to show you the overlap between all three deaths from this reality TV show on MTV. This is pretty mind-blowing. And it ties in with past work I've done on other MTV celebrities who've died that were in reality programs beyond just these three people. So they said it was a motorcycle accident that killed him Wednesday, December 7th, 2016, Pearl Harbor Day. That was a date with 55 numerology. 55, a relevant number to MTV and sacrifice. In the language of gematria, MTV equals 55, as does sacrifice, as does Satan. We're going to talk about the synagogue of Satan and what it has to do with March 22nd, the day his death was announced. He died in December. Think about Santa, the reshuffling of the letters of Satan. December has gematria 55, also like Satan, and not by coincidence. Very special number 55 in the language of numerology. 55, a Fibonacci number, one of the numbers of God's mathematical spiral. See my video on 55 and Satan. Longer video, greater explanation, but these numbers have a deeper relationship. Anyhow, the name Brian Clark, the name of the man who died at 33, Brian Clark equals 44. Also, just like Brian, this is in reduction, this is in ordinal. Both are using the alphabetic order. The difference between Brian Clark equaling 44 and Brian equaling 44 is Brian, we just use the alphabetic order. B's 2, R's 18, I's 9, A's 1, N's 14. And this one, we reduce each letter to a single digit. B is still 2, but instead of R being 18, it's 1 plus 8 for 18 becomes 9. I is 9, A is 1, N's 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. Make each letter a single digit, then add the word. Brian Clark, 44. Brian, 44, just like the word kill. He died on Pearl Harbor Day, day remembered for military and killing and war. Military sums to 44, like December. Also, December also shares the gematria 44. Think about Pearl Harbor Day in December. When you write out 44, it sums to 144, just like Pearl Harbor Day. 44, relevant to war all throughout history. Go back and see how we got involved in World War II. FDR making a speech, signing some documentation on April 4th earlier in the year. NATO established on April 4th, the International Military Alliance. Anyway, military is about killing. This man dying on Pearl Harbor Day. 144 is a number very much connected to time. The keeper of time is Saturn, which has a gematria of 93. Think about how they tell us the sun, the true keeper of time, is 93 million miles away. Every day there's 1,440 minutes, 144. The square root of 144 is 12, like the amount of months in the year, the amount of hours in the morning and evening. Anyway, Saturn is the keeper of time. These numbers have a relationship. Notice music television, what MTV's name stands for, also has the 93 gematria. When you write out 93 as a word, it also sums to 55, like Satan. Here we're talking about an MTV-related death on Pearl Harbor Day, a date with 55 numerology. See how this all comes together? The Pearl Harbor Day he died, date with 55 numerology. Saturn and Satan have a relationship. This is all occult, esoteric knowledge. So they waited to announce his death until March 22nd, 2017, date of the London false flag, put on by the Freemasons by the numbers. That was a date with 42 numerology. And the show he was a part of was Catfish, which has gematria 42. Just like TV, Freemasonry pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge, the invisible architects of society. Think about the TV in terms of technology, knowledge. Think about the TV in terms of gatekeeping society, programming them, controlling their minds, steering them. Catfish 42 TV, reality TV star, death announcement, date with 42 numerology, the word Freemason also 42. As for March 22nd, 223, very special number to the Freemasons, Masonic 223, as is the title, the Synagogue of Satan, the name given to the false Jews who are said to rule in the end times. MTV, Jewish ownership, just like every station on the television. So 223, the announcement of his death. Just wait until we get to the past deaths. You'll see how this all overlaps. From the date he died until the date his death was announced was 105 days. Masonry equals 105. Zionism 105. Notice that was 15 weeks. When you write out 15, it sums to 38, like death, like killing. The word murder has gematria of 38. The word RIP. So he was the third person to die from this TV show at age 33. The last person to die was 23-year-old Ashley Sawyer. Check this out. She died after the man that she had the relationship with in the show, who was Michael Fortunato, who died at age 26. If you write out 23, her age of death, it sums to 55. If you write out 23, it also sums to 163, just like Ashley Sawyer. So we were talking about MTV in 55. Notice that the numerology of 23 is 2 plus 3 equals 5, gives us another 5. Anyway, 23 connects to 55, and the age also connects to her name. Ashley Sawyer, 23 years old. 163 is the 38th prime number, and we just talked about 38. You know, his death announced 15 weeks later, which connects to 38, death, killing. See this number all the time around death. 38, again and again. It syncs with her name. Another character who died from this show. They said no cause of death was given. She just dropped dead at age 23 in Alabama. The man who died before her, who she had the relationship with, his name was Michael Fortunato, which sums to 181. Also like Brian Clark, the latest man to die, the first man to die, the latest. 181 is the 42nd prime number. Again, bringing us back to Catfish, TV, Freemason. The name Brian Clark and Michael Fortunato also have gematria of 73, also like the word sacrifice. This man who first died, Michael Fortunato, let me bring up the gematria calculator. He died in Connecticut. I just want to show you what Connecticut has to do with sacrifice as well. Connecticut has the 46 gematria, just like sacrifice, with the S exception, sacrifice also 55. So major overlap in numbers between these three people. They said he died from pulmonary embolism, which equals 223, just like how they announced Brian Clark's death on March 22nd, 22/3. His name was Michael, 33. We just saw Brian Clark die at 33. The last name Fortunato also has the gematria of 113, like mainstream, like dishonest, like bullshit, like fiction. I don't know if this man was ritually sacrificed or was given a false character name to play his part on this show, and then that character was killed. It's hard to say, but something along these lines is going on. Either people are being ritually murdered, or they're playing fictional characters that are then killed off after they're done with the show. And regardless, the point is, all of these news stories are the same. It's murder by numbers, it's death by numbers, it's possibly faking deaths by numbers. The date they announced his death, March 22nd, was the same day of this London false flag. They had this red helicopter front and center, which says London Freemasons right on the bottom, along with the Freemason compass and square. Watch my recent videos. I'll link them below on the death of Lee Odenet from World Star Hip Hop, who died right before he was supposed to get his show with HBO. Also, the death of Valerie Fairman on the winter equinox. A lot of the same numbers here. Numbers of ritual sacrifice showing up. 33, 55. Recent story, death of Ryan Knight from the Real World New Orleans. Look at the name Ryan Knight, 55, like MTV, like Sacrifice, Knight 33. MTV, a lot of 33 symbolism. And I know in recent years, another one of their reality stars died at age 33. I think I have an older video or blog post on it. Younger black man. I think he was also on The Real World. So people got to wake up. You know, all these young people dying mysteriously, it's not a coincidence. It's a real conspiracy. And for anyone who wants to sign up for one of these reality shows, you know, I would think twice. I would absolutely think twice. It's a sick world, and the people who run the TV, they are the perversion of it. Until next time, Truth Seeker.